Welcome to Gaming Fin, your channel for everything related to the gaming industry and the financial markets. And today, my friends, I'm going to talk about Embracer Group. Embracer Group, so Swedish company, Swedish holding gaming company, really a huge company nowadays, and they just bought Square Enix, the Tomb Raider. No, they didn't buy Square Enix, but they bought from Square Enix the Tomb Raider, Eidos Montreal, and Thief, and a lot of other great franchises games. So guys, this is the chart of Embracer Group in Swedish crowns. In Swedish crowns, of course. So 1 Swedish crown is like 10 US dollar cents, or better said, 10 Swedish crowns is 1 US dollar. So maybe that makes more sense to say it like this. So I'm invested in Embracer Group. So I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a retail investor that likes to share his opinion. And this is only for information and entertainment purposes only, and don't buy anything I'm talking about in my video. So guys, in this video I'm going to tell you now what we're going to do. We're going to check out the huge PowerPoint presentation of the Embracer Groups for the fiscal earnings, the fiscal year in for 21-22 and the fourth quarter. So came out on the 19th of May, and I wanted to bring this to you already since so long time, and finally I have the time to do it. So guys, so that's very important. But before we jump into this, of course, also a little technical look on this chart. And if we look here on the chart from 2016 up to now 2022, I have to say we are in a growth pattern. We have a nice growth pattern. Of course, in the pandemic, we were overshooting. We were creating this crazy bubble over there. Not that big bubble like in other companies, other gaming companies like, for example, CD Projekt or Ubisoft, or even Take-Two was completely overvalued at one point. So, but yeah, now I can't tell you I knew it. Yeah, of course I knew it, but sometimes the stocks are just not falling, and then you have the problem that you ask yourself, when can I buy more? So we also had a massive drop here, and I think this was happening because of some I think someone from the Citibank. Oh, I don't want to say something wrong though. Now someone from a big bank was making a trading mistake at the Stockholm Stock Exchange, and therefore then it was massively falling this day, but then it came back immediately the very same day. So, and now I would say we're accelerating between the 63 and the 80, 60 and 80 crowns. And the question is, are we going to see a breakout, or are we going to stay here? So we always have to, you have to keep in mind that the dollar to the euro at the moment is very strong, and well, we're not now going into in the Swedish krona especially, but that with regard to the US companies, some European companies actually holding up very well. So I have to say this. So if you like the content on my channel, my friends, then always subscribe to my channel and like those videos and leave a comment. So my latest stock analysis is a Paradox Interactive, which is also a Swedish company. So today is Swedish day. So let's jump directly into it, guys. So oh my god, so I guess I have to jump into it. So Embracer Group, I am invested in Embracer Group, and I'm still in the accumulation phase of my position in Embracer Group. I'm very much diversified. You see in which gaming companies, for example, I'm invested in the description of this video, but I'm also buying more for the Embracer Group. So financial highlights in the fourth quarter: net sales 117% more year on year. So with regard to the fourth quarter of the last year, so net sales games and net sales partner publishing film. So games 174%. So operational EBIT. 17% growth, not so much. Business area games, organic growth. So organic growth less. Pro forma growth, this is with the acquisition. So Embracer is on an acquisition spree, of course we know this. So free cash flow 430 million Swedish crowns. Then we have 330 million crowns. But you see that the cash flow was almost the double last year. So here it's small letters written in small letters. So I think I have to zoom in. Operational EBIT forecast. Management reiterates the forecast for operational EBIT the coming financial years. So this is the operational forecast. So they think they are growing. They think they're growing next year and the year after this. So this excludes any minor impact from the recent acquisition of Beamdog, Lost Boys, and Crystal Dynamics Eidos, but takes into account possible indirect impacts from the war in the Ukraine. Yeah, okay. The thing with the war in the Ukraine, they were actually giving a lot of money out to the good cause in the for the war in the Ukraine. For humanitarian causes, of course, and then they also had like companies that were operating in Ukraine, or I think also in Russia, if I'm not mistaken. So this has impact on those European gaming companies. You have to keep this in mind. So people always say, yeah, this has no impact on my life, but if you're a gamer, the war in the Ukraine has an impact on your life. So the Russian aggression. So operational highlights the fourth quarter. So 25 plus AAA games are in production, are planned for up to March 2026. That's very good. And then the pipeline projects, 223 games are in the pipeline. And 159 of those games are not announced yet. Wow. People, we have now organic growth of 14% when it comes to their workforce. So they have now 12,750 people so are working post-closing pending transaction are working now, and then we've done the new companies that have been acquired, say 14,000. So invested in game development 950 million in the fourth quarter, which was 3.6 times the development value of release games. So a lot of investments. Then internal studios, 118, which is then obviously growing with the acquisitions. Internal publishers, 20. So Embrace as a holding, they have a lot of publishers in their holding. Mobile monthly active users, 308 million. Mobile daily active user, 35 million. I think that's good. As far as I know. Acquisitions, Beamdog, Lost Boys, Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, and Square Enix Montreal. And key premium releases, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, Alex 2, and King of Fighters 15. So, but Alex 2, I can already tell you, it didn't reach their expectations. Then we have key premium back catalog revenues that come from Risk of Rain 2, Deep Rock Galactic, Borderlands 3, Insurgency Sandstorm, and Warheim. Very nice. So business areas. So now we come to those different publishers. That's very important. So maybe before I'm jumping to those different publishers, I can give you a little update here from the CEO. I think that's very interesting. So I'm going to read this to you guys because I think it's important that you hear it. So if you want to read it yourself, of course, then just skip this part of this video. But I mean, me reading this to you is also helping you. It's going to be a longer video, so stay tuned. CEO comment. So another stable year pro forma. Net sales grew 18% to 31 billion Swedish crowns. We are pleased to announce another stable quarter in line with our forecasted operational EBIT. Today we reiterate our forecast for the current and next financial year. We now have diversified revenue streams from 4 complementary business areas that will form our primary segments as we implement IFRS at group level starting in April. The process to change the listing venue to Nasdaq Stockholm's main market by the end of the calendar year is on track. So in the wake of the pandemic, we conclude a quarter facing one of the most difficult times in Europe, an inhumane and aggressive war in Ukraine. I am deeply saddened by the situation. It is an inconceivable act of cruelty that overshadowed our everyday progress in the quarter. All our employees are part of our family, and our first priority has been and still is to provide the safety of our staff and their families in the affected regions. By the end of 2021, we engaged approximately 250 people in the Ukraine, 1,000 in Russia, and 250 in Belarus. I think we all feel the duty to engage. If we fail to act with compassion and humanity, we will fail as business and an employer. So we have donated, pledge reserve 50 million Swedish kronor for humanitarian aid and support of our employees affecting our operational EBIT in the quarter. So that's it. So, and then we're going to go through here, performance in the next year, and then here, Alex. So, performance in the fourth quarter. Our growth model is unchanged. Our main priority across all operative groups is to achieve profitable organic growth. In this respect, the full year 2021 has been a transition year. We increased the investment into our pipeline of ongoing game development projects, but still released only a small part of the games under development. Very important, they want to have organic growth. At the moment, they had an acquisition growth. And 21-22 has been a transition year for them. The fourth quarter organic growth in business area games was as expected negative, very important, as the breakout success for Valheim, published by Coffee Stain last year, is a difficult comparison due to its breakaway success. So Valheim was so successful that it was now difficult to actually get to this success, to keep up with the success of Valheim in the fourth quarter. We hope and believe with many more of those successes in the pipeline in the years to come. Well, let's hope for this. Steady backlog PC and console contribution came from the evergreen titles Metro Exodus, SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, oh my god, do I really have to say this? Wreckfest, Biomutant, Deep Rock Galactic, Valheim Satisfactory Goat Simulators, as well as newly released Hot Wheels Unleashed. The main release of the quarter, Alex2, did not live up to the management's financial expectations in the quarter, but we are expecting a positive return of invest over time. So on March 25th, Gearbox and its publishing partner 2K released Tiny Tina's Wonderland. This AAA game has been very well received by critics and players. Despite that there were no royalties recognized in the quarter, we are confident that the game will generate royalties during this financial year due to the continued success. We are thrilled about Gearbox and its wholly owned IPs Borderlands and Tiny Tina's Wonderland and what they both will bring in the future. So bring in the future, bring money in the future. So mobile business, very important. Our mobile business continued to outperform our expectations, driven by strong development for Easy Brain, who had a record quarter since joining the group and made the highest contribution of all operative groups within business area games. The performance is explained by an ad mediation platform deal and a continued strong performance of existing live operated titles. The pro forma organic growth in our combined mobile business was 43%. So actually the mobile business is pulling everything. So investments in user acquisition remained at a healthy level as return on ad spend is attractive, and this should support continued growth. And then Asmodee, strong operational momentum coming into the group. So Asmodee, it's a mix of board games, etc. I'm not going to get too much into this. So you see they have different game branches. So summing up the transformative year, past year has been the most transformative since IPO in 2016, just over 5 years ago. Since then, our adjusted earnings per share have increased 15 times. So adjusted earnings per share has increased 15 times since 2016. Impressive, guys. During the year, we have made strategic acquisition that grew the number of operative groups from 6 to 10: Gearbox, Easybrain, Asmodee, and Dark Horse. Embracer Group is an independent and highly diversified global ecosystem of gaming and entertainment businesses with strong market position across key verticals. The decentralized Embracer model is all about empowering our entrepreneurs and great people that makes up all our business. I'm a firm believer in giving great people trust to make their own decisions. So I like this approach. Becoming part of Embracer is intended to be about taking the next step in a long journey. Founders and managers that we join forces with have high ambitions for the future, and it is Embracer's role to unleash the full potential of each team and support them with the resources needed to succeed. The entrepreneurs are setting even bolder targets, and if we reach even close to those ambitions together, the group will be positively transformed in many regards and senses over the coming decade. Furthermore, it is gratifying to see that our companies continue to attract and retain great talent. The number of employees has grown 14% on an organic basis in the quarter. After the end of the quarter, we further strengthened our development capabilities and IP portfolio by entering into an agreement to acquire Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Montreal, Square Enix Montreal, including Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Thief, Legacy of Kain, and other IPs. The announcements got an overwhelming and positive response. We see a great potential not only in sequels but also in remakes, remasters, spin-offs, as well as transmedia projects across the group. We expect the transaction to close in July-September period, so this year. Woo! Looking forward to this, guys. So, and then more to come. Sustainable work, and yeah, that's it, what the CEO said. So let's jump back a bit to the presentation, guys. I don't want to lose your time too much, but yeah, it's very good. It's very interesting. This is a comprehensive analysis. Let's put it like this. So, THQ Nordic new releases LX2, Expedition Rome, El Hijo, and Townsman VR. I haven't played actually any of those games. Main back catalog drivers: SpongeBob game, Wreckfest, and Biomutant. So trailing 12 months. So what is this now? Net sales. So was not so good. Was actually less good than in the fourth quarter. Trailing 12 months. So also net sales in the trailing 12 months, also not so good. So THQ Nordic, 21 studios, 988 international headcount. Strategy is acquiring established, esteemed IPs and enhancing their value through asset care and sequels. So that's the strategy of THQ Nordic. Highlights: announced its acquisition of Frankfurt-based Metric Minds, a re-owned service provider for animated content. Never heard about this, but I mean, I'm just a gamer that likes stocks. Announced the opening of THQ Nordic Singapore, an extended arm of the Vienna-based marketing and PR team, and will focus on the Southeast Asia region. Very good, I like this Southeast Asia region, a lot of money to be made there. So selected pipeline: Way of the Hunter. What's that? Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Then another SpongeBob game, MX versus ATV. I don't know if those games are so popular. Outcast 2, Jacked Align 3, Destroy All Humans 2. And then we have Koch Media Publishing. This is Deep Silver, Prime Matter, Raven's Court, Milestone, and Vertigo Games. So also quarterly to the fourth quarter, it's a little bit better. So 465 million net sales with regard to 543 net sales. Trailing 12 months, it's going up nicely. New releases after the fall: this is a VR game, Monster Energy Supercross 5 racing game, King of Fighters 15, and the main back catalog drivers, of course, Metro Exodus, great game, Arizona Sunshine, great game, and Hot Wheels Unleashed. I'm looking forward actually to play myself. So Koch Media Publishing focuses on small number of world-class IPs with global publishing and worldwide distribution. So they have 2,274 people in 13 studios. So Chorus won Best German Game of the Year. I like Chorus, this is a great game. DG Arts won 5 awards at the 2022 Pegasus ceremony. Okay, released after the quarter. Let's Get Fit, MotoGP 222, Trek to Yomi, and Hot Wheels Unleashed. Nice. Selected pipeline: Saints Row, the new Saints Row 3, Dead Island 2, Gungrave Gore, never heard about this game, Evil West, heard about, System Shock, Dolmen, Crossfire Legion, and Payday 3. Everyone is looking forward to Payday 3, of course. So, woo! So, Saints Row is the reboot of the AAA open world crime franchise created by Deep Silver Volition. So, we are finalizing development of what will be the biggest and best Saints Row game yet. Full reboot with a new cast of characters and an all-new city to explore. Wild criminal sandbox featuring moments only possible within the world of Saints. Customization and players' expression remain the hallmark of the franchise. Are you looking forward to this game? Let's see. I think it's good that they make it. So people need more of those games, especially since GTA 6 is still very far away. Let's put it like this. So Coffee Stained Ghost Chip Games quarterly, nicely down, of course. Valheim fourth quarter was extremely successful, and also the trailing 12 month. New releases: Midnight Ghost Hunt, main back catalog drivers, Deep Rock, Galactic Valheim Satisfactory, so 7 studios, 123 people headcount. Coffee Stain is a Swedish video game developer and publisher and is a highly creative, world-leading indie studio, they say. Released after the quarter, Songs of Conquest, Valheim sold over 10 million copies, that's a lot. Deep Rock Galactic was awarded Best Live Game by Spilprisen in Denmark and reached 10 million downloads. Asmodee signed a global distribution deal with Ghost Ship Games for Kickstarter-backed Deep Rock Galactic board games, so Song of Conquest. And then we have here the internal studios, not going into detail of them. Then we have Amplifier Game Invest, a creative endeavor founded in 2012, based in Gothenburg, becomes Amplifier's firstly wholly owned free-to-play mobile game studio. The 8-person team focuses on hyper-casual and idle mobile game genres and has released several titles with a combined total of 75 million downloads. So Invisible Walls, founded in 2017, is a game studio based in Copenhagen with a team of 15. They bring expertise within the social strategy game genre to the Amplifier group. Their first release, First Class Trouble, has been played by more than 1 million people on PC and PS Plus and was awarded Best Debut Game. Amplifier Games Invest consists of 19 wholly or partly owned studios that are run by industry veterans, and these studios are gradually building a pipeline of exciting games, typically based on new IPs. Significant organic growth is expected in the coming years as the pipeline matures and more games are released. Continued solid performance for Little Nightmares 1 and 2. Nice to hear. So 303 people, 16 studios. So here you see the details of all the studios. Then we have Saber, of course, with Evil Dead game just released. Star Wars Force Unleashed for Nintendo Switch. And the main back catalog is Insurgency, Sandstorm, SnowRunner, World War Z, Aftermath. So trailing 12 months, it's nicely up, and also the quarterly net sales is also here nicely up. So Saber has 2,671 international headcount, so AAA games. So during the quarter, Saber announced the opening of 3 new South American studios: Nibble Giant Entertainment Peru in Chile and Uruguay. Aspire Media enters into agreement to acquire Beamdog, a studio known for its work on beloved Dungeons & Dragons role-playing games. So pipeline, Space Marine 2, Circus Electric, Red Out 2, Dakar, Desert Rally, A Quiet Place. Oh, not Please, A Quiet Place. Is this the Square Enix game? And the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Then we have Decker, 814. Headcount, 10 studios. I think mobile, Decker focuses on M&A of mobile studios and game IP, empowers its studios to continue to grow and remain autonomous with its existing management. Decker also acquires profitable free-to-play IPs, continuing their development and operations to revitalize the games and their community. Strong continued performance from Phone Case, DIY, Super Stylist, and Amazed. So daily active users 21 million, monthly active users 230 million, and total installs 290 million. So you see actually net sales nicely going up here. Wow, impressive. And then another mobile group inside the holding, Easy Brain, also all-time high, and the quarterly sales. Okay, this is very impressive here. So 16 daily, 78 monthly, and 95 installed. So Block Doku Out Puzzle, so net sales drivers in the quarter. So puzzle games founded in 16. Easybrain is a leading puzzle and logic game developer and have surpassed 1 billion cumulative downloads. 271 people working there, one studio. So strong performance explained by an ads mediation platform deal and strong sales of existing live operated titles such as Bloko Doku and Easybrain had 8 out of the top 25 revenue titles in the wider Embracer group during the quarter. So they really made the money. They made the cash. And then we come finally to Gearbox, my friend. So upcoming games: Hyperlight Breaker, Eyes in the Dark, Homeworld 3, Homeworld's Mobile, and Neverwinter Dragon Slayer. 961 headcount, brings highly creative AAA development studios and focus on premium interactive gaming experience. So new releases: Tiny Tina Wonderlands, Have a Nice Death, and Risk of Rain 2, Survivors of the Void. And main back catalog Borderlands 3, Star Trek Online, Risk of Rain, also all-time high in the net sales and also impressive trailing 12 month. So acquisition of Lost Boys Interactive, an independent video game studio working on both co-development for top-tier games and original IP for PC and consoles. Announced 2 new locations for Gearbox Publishing, Amsterdam and San Francisco. And a new Borderlands comic book series with collaboration. Okay, comic books I'm not getting into now. Too much. So Tiny Tina Wonderland commercial and critic success. So very successful game, 9.5 out of 10 on Game Informer. Gearbox Entertainment expanding. See, they're mostly in the US, in Canada, and also in the Netherlands. Lost Boy Interactive in Wisconsin and Texas. And then today presentation, Asmodee, who we are, key facts. So I'm not getting into details of Asmodee's business, but for platforms to bring amazing experience to consumers. Very interesting. I should make an extra video for this. So they are doing a lot of board games, as I see. So that's a specific presentation. So we're just scrolling through this, my friends. So if you're interested in Asmodee, then of course you can head there and check a little bit more in detail. So partner publishing film, Koch Media, will release Dying Light 2. So they also make some movies. That's interesting. So not only comic books, board games, but also movies. And then we have the financial performance. And I talked already a little bit about this. So I'm skipping this now as well. But here you see some metrics. So diversified revenue base, net sales, back catalog, digital. So cash flow and financing, free cash flow before WC. At the end of March, net debt amounted to 14.4 billion. Available cash and unutilized credit facilities amount to approximately 11 billion. Our target is to have net debt to operational EBIT of 1.0 times on a 12-month forward-looking basis. So now you ask yourself, what does this mean? Guys, I cannot go so much into details of those numbers because then those videos get way too long. So therefore I recommend you to check out, of course, those numbers here. But I like that they for overall analysis of the stock. I think the numbers are not that bad personally, but of course it's a growth company. So you see some elements, net investment here minus 1.160. So in Swedish krona, of course, so that's not so cool. But on the other hand, they have to invest. So cash flow for the period is also the negative. So we have to admit this. So, but it's a growth company. So sustainable core, yeah, and that's not so interesting. Deep dives. Oof, that's a lot. That's a lot. We are skipping as well. Deep dives. Games pipeline scheduled for 2022-23. Evil Dead, Hyper Light, Way of the Hunter, SpongeBob, Deep Dives, Outcast, Destroy All Humans, Songs of Quest, Red Out. So you see also nice pictures. So 56 new IP games, 44 group-owned IPs, 110 game development projects, 82 full main games, and almost 3,000 developers in total, 9 major new DLC, new content, 19 porting project, new platforms. And then, of course, how they count, strategy, MA and investment update. So we believe it is important to continue expanding and investing in the ecosystem that attracts and retains talents, creates synergies, and enables great people to realize their high ambition. So post-closing, 124 internal studios they have now. Oh my god, that's so impressive. So pre-closing, post-closing. Pre-closing 12, 7, 50 people, and then 14,000 people. So 300 from Crystal Dynamics, 220 from Lost Boys, Eidos Montreal 500, and Montreal Square Enix 150. This is really impressive. Impressive, guys. Absolutely impressive. So, all right. So I can only recommend you check out the page. You get all of those presentations, those press releases, etc. Everything nicely presented here. So we can even watch the webcast, of course. So I think that is very well done. So if you consider investing, into Embracer, of course, make up your own mind, your own research. That's very important. It's a growth company. You see it, it's a growth company. and I'm sure they're going to grow in the overall video games market, so I'm sure about this. And I have to say, I'm happy that I'm invested in them now, and if they're falling again a little bit, I will buy some more. So I think it's one, for me personally, one of the most interesting gaming companies at the moment out there, and that they not only publishing now AA games, but also trying to improve the quality. This is very important, but it's a huge European Swedish holding, definitely. So it's very, very interesting to follow the path of this company, and I'm sure they're not done with acquiring other companies. Even then I read in some other news that they said now they're going to stop now a little bit, but obviously that's because of the money that gets more, the credit gets more expensive. It's not so cheap anymore to get money to acquire other companies. So but I like the path they're going here, so that's kind of cool. So, and I'm looking forward to follow the Embracer Group also on my channel. So if you like this video, my friends, so check out my my channel. So you see I already made other videos here about Embracer Group, 411 views, very nice. And also I try to analyze other gaming companies and also give you my gaming industry closing bell update after yeah, I try to upload this now more often after a training day. So, and then of course I'm continuing to talk about other companies as well, that's for sure. So guys, thank you very much for watching this video and have a wonderful evening. See you next time. Bye bye.